So, it may not seem like I've done much, but I've been sanding slowly but surely with, I think that was 100 grit sandpaper by hand, and I'm still trying to get off any of the edges that feel flat, and that's just a painstakingly slow. Now I'm ready to, I got a dot marking my spot for the lanyard hole, and taking the fat man's advice, which of course I already did because when I put this hole in here, I started small and I went bigger and bigger because I didn't want to split this out. So same thing with the lanyard hole. I'm going to drill a hole there. And Alright, I didn't think it was ever going to happen, but there it is. I made the hole, and it's about half the size I want it to be, so now I got to get the next size drill bit and drill it again. There you saw it. There's the split going all the way. It's about 3/4 of the way down. And that's what he warned me about, that this this wood did that. And I'm going to see if I can come up with a repair for this, because I'm not putting all this to waste. So let me see if I can come up with a way to fix it. But it caught the drill bit just the wrong way. It started splintering. And I should have stopped, but I gave it one more push and it grabbed it, threw it, and split it, as you can see. So let me get to work on this, see if I can come up with a repair. All things considered. And then the split does go that way. And then you see it's all the way over to here. And if I push on it, there we go. And I've had wood split like this before, and I put wood glue in there, clamped it down, and it's as good as new. So let me get to busy here and see if I can't salvage this poor thing. Who knew? Right when it's getting towards the end, of course, something would happen. But being wood, it does allow for mistakes to be fixed, so we'll see what I can come up with. I purposely pulled it open as far as I could to expose the split, and then of course I used my fingers and shoved the glue, pushed it in there as hard as I could, and then I clamped it. And then where the big, oh boy, this is getting better by the minute. Where the big gap was, gotta catch this all stuff as real as it happens. It's a little hard to hold the camera. Let me see if I can set that there. There we go. And then where the big gap was, where the chunk was actually missing, what I did was I put a bunch of glue in there, and then I got some of the shavings and I stuck that in there. It's kind of a process where you build it back up again. So there's the first layer, and as it dries, I'll do it again. Put more glue in there, put some more of the dust from when I was drilling from the wood itself, and then I'll end up sanding it later after it's totally hardened. But the wood glue hardens like a rock. It's a good fix, and I think that this will be good as new in no time. Okay, I have been sanding and sanding and sanding and sanding. Okay, obviously that's not the side with the big gap missing, but this side is. So I've been working on it and working on it and working on it. The split's fixed. This is almost perfect. It's just got a little bit of a dent left. It's hardly noticeable. Let me turn it. It's real slow so you can see. It's just a little tiny bit. And I can definitely live with it. Just, and I had an idea that when I did the Mossberg stock, I was surprised when I read how to finish the wood that the actual finish on it was called True Oil. And if I'm not mistaken, I have a little bit of that left somewhere out here. And I'm going to try putting that True Oil on this wood and see what happens. So that's the next step. There's my little kit that I had bought online for doing my Mossberg, which somewhere is a video up, I believe, of when I refinished the stock on the Mossberg. And there's the True Oil gun stock finish, stock sheen and conditioner, and the stain, which obviously I'm not going to use the stain. But when I opened up the package, right away I forgot. It's been a while since I did that gun. And there's all the different grits of paper that was used to sand it, including, and I'd forgotten, steel wool. This really fine steel wool. So I quick grabbed it, and I've already started a little bit, but you can see just for a couple of seconds worth of hitting it with the steel wool, it's really taken on like almost a luster without having anything put on it. So yeah, it's coming along. Let's see what this looks like. It says that you apply it with your fingertip and you're supposed to let it soak and then sand in between coats. So that's all right. Here we go. It says to put the True Oil on with your fingertips, and the idea, I guess, is to soak in. Like I said, it's been a while since I did that Mossberg, so I don't remember how I did it. Wow, that's very pretty. And then later I'll probably take a Q-tip and apply it inside the lanyard hole so it gets inside there too. There we go. Oh, there goes the camera. I can't see what I'm doing again. Yeah, can't see anything. So hopefully that's in focus. So it's all coated. And now it says to let it dry. Okay, so this has been drying overnight. And what happened is where I filled in that area where the piece had splintered out when it went flying through the air, as the glue dries, it loses volume and it settles down and becomes flatter. So where it looked as though it might have been more full, it was depressed this morning. It was sad, depressed. So it was still a little concave, which I could have left it that way, but I thought, no, let me go ahead and do this the right way. So what I did was I put a bead of glue, laid it right in there, and let it kind of allow itself to settle in there. And then I took the dust again from over here where I was drilling, the dust of the wood, and then I just picked it up and sprinkled it on, much like when people add salt to a recipe. Just kind of sprinkled it into the glue until I had enough of it so it's just a little more elevated than the profile of the wood itself, which is kind of hard to show here. Let's see if, yeah, there you go. You can see it now, I think. So it's a little higher, and what happens is as the glue dries, it will drop down, and it, of course, will have that rough edge to it from where the wood particles are, but then I sand it, and it's a real careful process. But like I said, once that wood glue dries, it's hard, just like, you know, the table or the